There are three indicators I use: airlock, thingamabobber, and yarn. So airlock is pretty simple. Unscrew this lid, has a little screw on there. You take it where you want to take it. There's a little slit, you line it into that slit, and then you screw this back on the lid like that. That's one indicator. Then there's a thingamabobber. Thingamabobbers have a little tiny hole in it. So what you do is you fold over your fly line, make a tiny little loop, thread it through there. This is why this is just a pain in the butt to me, but you thread it through there. There you go, so it's through. And then you take this loop and you put the thingamabobber through the loop, and then you close it down, and it kind of goes right onto this. Now the disadvantage to this is it kinks the line, right? But it does what it's supposed to do. And then there's yarn indicator. So I take about, an inch or two of yarn, cut that off. This is a New Zealand indicator. I have a tiny little needle thread here, and what I'll do is I'll take this, I'll put that fly line through there. There's a tiny little plastic piece that I slide through. So now that piece is there. I take this needle off, take my fly line out, I take my yarn and I bring it right through there, and then I take this plastic piece and I pull it onto it, and it buries into the yarn like that. And you have your indicator. There you go. Now you can trim this if you want this smaller. I kind of puff it up and make it nice and big depending on how heavy my flies are. And they're my three choices. So you have the New Zealand yarn indicator, thingamabobber, and airlock. I enjoy, and now these are just as easy to take off, right? So just pull this rubber piece off, this thing gets pulled out, I put this away, I take that little yarn or that little needle and I thread it back onto the fly line, and then that little plastic piece gets slid on there. The thingamabobber, you just kind of loosen it up a little bit, bring your bobber or thingamabobber back out, and then the indicator, you just unscrew this and take it off. I like this airlock so much better. I think it's easier, move up and down, can change the length very easy.